Hey, thanks for watching my video today. Today we want to start a new series on the book of Romans. On Sunday mornings and on our videos, we're going to be looking at the book of Romans. And one of the reasons I want to do the book of Romans is because it's really the greatest of Paul's writings. It is his greatest defense of the faith. It is as if he was writing it as a court document. It is detailed and written in a way that is helpful to us as we have questions about our faith. So I think the book of Romans is one of the most important books that Paul wrote. And so I'm looking forward to discussing and sharing with you and teaching what the book of Romans has to tell us about faith. He starts off by talking about that from the creation of the world, God had revealed himself. And that we as individuals have the choice of one of two things: to either choose to recognize God and then choose to embrace his gospel, which we will get to in a minute, or we can choose the way of the world. Paul points out very strongly that from the beginning of the world, God revealed himself through creation. And although a lot of people want to focus on Paul's explaining of the depravity of the world, I want to focus on the message of good news. I want to focus specifically on Romans 1:16, which says this: "For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. It is the power of God at work, saving everyone who believes, the Jew first and then the Gentile." The gospel of Jesus Christ is the power of God at work in the lives of each and every one of us. The gospel of Jesus Christ is something we should not be ashamed of. Paul gives us three things that we can take as truth for reasons why we should not be ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. One is the origin of the gospel of Jesus Christ. That is, the gospel origin is in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. The historical Jesus who was born in a manger in Bethlehem was raised as a carpenter, but called by God as a child of God, as the Son of God, to preach and to ultimately save the world through his death, which is historical, and his resurrection, which is historical. So in Jesus Christ, we have the origin of the good news. He came to earth, God came to earth in the form of a human being as a child born in a manger. He lived, he died, and he was resurrected through the power of the Holy Spirit. So we can have faith, we can have confidence in the gospel of Jesus Christ because we know that Jesus historically lived, that Jesus historically died, and that Jesus historically was raised from the dead. So we can have confidence in the gospel. We can also have confidence in the power of the gospel because the same Holy Spirit, the same God who raised Jesus Christ from the dead is the same power behind the gospel of Jesus Christ. If we believe in and if we share the gospel of Jesus Christ, we are sharing not human frailty, but we are sharing the power of God to save lives, to change lives. And then finally, it is for the purpose of saving those of us who believe in it. So through this gospel, we should not be ashamed because it gives us the ability to have salvation. It is through the power of God and through the work of Jesus Christ that we can be saved when we put our faith in Jesus Christ. So as we come into this series on Romans, it's important that we look at the key to the book of Romans, which is the gospel itself. And I'm going to get into more detail about that this Sunday. So I hope that you'll join us this Sunday as we get together to talk about. So I hope you'll join us this Sunday as we begin our series on the book of Romans by looking specifically at why the gospel is important, why the gospel is something we should not be ashamed of, but instead cling to and live by in our lives. And we'll look at how do we live by faith. So I hope that you will come and join us this Sunday at the Way Community Church here at our house. And if you're watching this video, I encourage you to like and to subscribe to our channels, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, or on YouTube. By liking and then also commenting, you help us to spread these messages to more and more people. So please, I encourage you to like and subscribe and to leave comments.